Welcome to day 46 of the school year. Four days left till we complete that row. Okay, so our beginning fraction, 180, we're on day 46. Is 46 prime or composite? Well, it is even, so it is composite. It automatically has more than two factors because it has one itself and it's divisible by 2 since it's even. So that means we have to do our prime factorization for both our denominator and our numerator. Okay, let's see. I'm going to start with 3 here because 1 plus 8 plus 0 is 9, and 9 is a multiple of 3, so I know 3 is a factor. I can get 6 groups of 3 out of 18, so it would be 6 tens out of 180. Okay, that's even, so I could divide it by 2. Half of 60 is 30. It's even again. Half of 30 is 15. Ends in a 5. I can divide by 5, and I get 3. 3 is prime, so we're done. Over here, since it's even, I can divide by 2. I can get 2 groups of 2 out of 4 and 3 groups of 2 out of 6. I have a feeling 23 is prime, so I think we're done here. Let's check for sure. Yes, 23 is prime, so we finished our prime factorization. Let's go ahead and list it from least to greatest. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, and then 2 times 23. So remember, we're not looking at the separate digits, we're looking at the factors. So the number 23 is a factor. What do we have in common? Just 2. So that's our greatest common factor. So we have 23 in the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18, times 5 is 90. So 23 90ths. Let's go ahead and do our groups of 2, prove it in our model. Your groups of 2 do not have to look like mine. They just have to have 2 in each group. And you want to keep your shaded separated from your unshaded. All right, let's count up our total amount of groups of 2. I have 5 groups of 2 in each row, so I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90 total groups. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 shaded in. All right, now that we've done the division with our model, let's go ahead and do it with our algorithm. We're going to divide by our greatest common factor. Now you may have a preferred way of doing your long division, but I want to show you a way that may lead to your learning your standard algorithm for next year. Just to make sure. So our greatest common factor was 2. So 180 and 46. Well, I know 50 times 2 is 100. I'm going to try to take out big groups if we can. Numbers the same, zeros a game, more on top, no need to stop. Bring the 80 up here. And let's see. 20 times 2 is 40. Numbers the same, 0's a game. More on top, no need to stop. Bring the 40 up here. And 20 times 2 is 40. Numbers the same, 0's a game. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And we add up those partial quotients, we get 90. Now down here, 20 times 2 is 40. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, 0's a game. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Numbers the same, 0's a game. Add those partial quotients together and we get 23. Now we want to check our answer. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder for both is 0 and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to actually add it. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 tens is 4 tens. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 9 tens is 18 tens. 46, that matches our dividend. Check. 180, that matches our dividend. Check. So our numerator is definitely 23. Our denominator is definitely 90. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page.
Okay, trimester 1, week 10. Today is 10, 11, 19. And our fraction for today is 23 90ths. Okay, so now you do not have school on Monday, so we're going to go ahead and put an X on Monday. Remember, we only cross out when there's a day or 2 or 3 of that week. We never cross out a full week because we want to save paper. So next week will be trimester 1, week 11, and you will be back at school on 10, 15, 19. So no school on Monday. You'll be here on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get out your number line. Okay, we did groups of 2. So here we have 20 90ths we need to get filled in. That's equivalent to 10 45ths, and 2 9ths was the simplest form. 21 90ths and 7 30ths was the simplest form. 22 90ths. 11 45ths was our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. And then today is 23 90ths. Nothing is lined up underneath it because this is our simplest form or equivalent fraction in lowest terms. There's only the one above it. All right, go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.